welcome back to Charleston, home of the Tigers, where Charleston leads this game at half, 28-0. We're about 3 minutes away from getting the second half underway. Charleston will have the ball to begin things in the second half, and I don't think it's being over-dramatic to say that it's a must-stop for the Apache defense.
Steve, without a doubt, we have got to get our defensive front, our secondary, linebackers, everybody. Hey, we might even need the cheerleaders, to stop this very explosive Charleston Tiger offense. But we've got to have a stop to begin the third quarter, get the ball back, get the ball in the end zone. Man, right before halftime, we had a golden opportunity to have some momentum, and we get the ball inside, the red zone, and they're on the 10-yard line, and it's first and go, and we've got just a few seconds to get it in zone, and then we have a bad exchange and a fumble, and that ends the half for us. But, hey, listen, ball game's not over yet. Last week we scored 21 points in the first quarter. Now, granted, it was against a very good Heber Springs team, but this Charleston team is better than the Heber Springs team, and nothing to take away from the Panthers of Heber. But we've got to play mistake-free football moving forward here in the third quarter, get the ball back, get our offense on the field, get on the board, and just one play at a time.
And that's the whole thing. I mean, you're not going to score 28 points in one possession. You got to come out. You got to get a stop, one small goal at a time, and then your offense has got to get something positive done that's got to end in a touchdown.
Absolutely.
Not end in a first down, not end in a nice catch. It's got to go into the end zone. Twice now, Pottsville has been deep in Charleston territory. What appeared to be drives headed for the end zone, and they turned it over twice, and both times are on exchanges.
Yeah, Steve, you think about that. You think about those two opportunities inside the red zone. We're looking at 28-14 versus 28-zip.
Well, and probably 21-14 because one of those turnovers led directly to a Tiger touchdown.
Yeah, that pick six. Well, you had the pick six, and that was the first score that the Charleston Tigers had. But you take that away, you got a different ball game.
But unfortunately, we can't do that.
We can't?
I'm pretty sure Charleston would not think much of that.
Well, let me go over and talk to them, Steve. Let me go over and talk. No, listen, Charleston, this is a very good football team. A lot of tradition here. Of course, I picked our Apaches to win this, and I'm still going to pick them to stay in the ball game. How about that?
I like that. Yeah, I agree. I was even a little worried about this game, getting this game in. Our forecast talked about the possibility of some rain, maybe even some thunderstorms in this part of the state. But we have had none of the above. It's been very nice. The temperature has fallen some, but the wind that we had earlier has died completely down. The flag is at half staff, of course, because of the passing of Representative Stubblefield, who I think was from Charleston.
Yep, and actually I believe that if I'm not mistaken, I heard he will have a service here.
Yes. And
I believe it's going to be in the Charleston Gymnasium. And I know you've covered a lot of basketball there. And, I've watched my kids play there and actually watched them play on this field too. But I think he's from Charleston and, just a great public servant to Franklin County and to the state of Arkansas. And I know he'll be missed.
Don't you suppose the first thing he heard was, "Well done, my good and faithful servant"?
There was other state representatives, Steve, that have commented what kind of gentleman he was and what kind of lawmaker he was. And those were their sentiments as well, because not only was he that, I believe he was a good Christian man, had faith in Christ. And their comment was that very thing. Well done, good and faithful servant. They felt like that was probably the first thing the Lord said to him the day he passed away.
Court Johnson will kick off from the 11-yard line. High kick taken by Guano at the 25-yard line. And he has a return across the 35 to the 37 to the 38-yard line. You heard me use the name Guano. This was Emiliano. It was his brother Mateo that I believe had the pick six earlier.
Yep.
There are two Guanos on the Charleston roster. So Charleston will take over 1st and 10. They will be moving right to left across the screen, which means time for me to change my drive charts or my spotter charts. Their quarterback is Carter Little. He's had quite a game and completes this pass at the 40. Good coverage by the Apaches. Very little yard after the catch, but it's going to be a 5-yard gain. With this Little, and I'm sorry, I don't have my normal stat sheet here with me, but even that I don't keep individual stats. But I bet he's got a completion percentage of over 60%.
Steve, tonight he has. There's no doubt. I don't know what the exact numbers were, but Little, man, he is the real deal.
Pickup was 3 on the play to the 40. 2nd and 7. Quick handoff to the first man through the backfield was Smithson. He absorbs a big hit by Penn Helton of the Apaches. Stood him up right at the 43-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, we called number 12's number a lot last week, especially in the second half. Penn Helton is just doing a great job on that defensive front.
Set 3rd down and 4, maybe closer to 5. 28-0 Charleston. We're just underway in quarter number 3. Carter Little has his call from Coach May on the sideline. He has Smithson the single back of the backfield and double slot formation away from the line of scrimmage. Little takes the snap. He's going to roll to the right, has good blocking at the line, throws it over the middle, and it's complete at the 42-yard line. Again, the Apaches in pretty good position there to make the play, but the throw and catch was made. Tiger first down, I believe, went to Bryson Wibbing, I'm sorry, Wibbing. My apologies to Charleston fans who might be watching. It's Wibbing.
Yeah, big number 0.
I think that may be Wibbing's 3rd or 4th catch. Well, if that was completed to 0, that was Guyana. That was Emiliano making the catch, so my mistake. From the 43, 1st and 10, Tiger back to pass. Looking over the middle, that's going to be wide open. Caught at the 5, but a good play by the Apaches, separating the ball from the receiver. What a big hit in the secondary by the Apaches. Garrett Smithson was wide open. The quarterback hit him in stride with the pass, but the Apache secondary got back and separated the receiver from the ball. That may have saved a touchdown.
Steve, it did. I believe that was number 18. I believe that was Eli
Morris.
Yeah, that defending there.
2nd down and 10 from the 42-yard line. Play fake. Pass over the middle falls incomplete. This time it's Charleston's turn to complain as Gaona got knocked down right at the 40-yard line, but I think he got hit at the line of scrimmage, which is legal. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10. What a play by Eli Morris. He made up a bunch of ground in a hurry to knock that ball out of the receiver's hands.
Well, Steve, he did.
The Apache crowd wanted a catch and a fumble, but I don't believe the receiver ever had it.
No, I don't think he did either.
Let's head rule about you have to make a football move with the ball, and I don't think the Tiger receiver did that. I think the Apache player in the secondary separated him from the ball. 3rd down and 10 from the 43. Shotgun snap, Little back to pass. And it's incomplete on the far sideline. Pass intended for Maddox Terry. And Terry had that in his hands but couldn't bring it in. Again, good coverage by the Apaches, and it's bring up 4th down.
Well, Steve, with the ball being on the 42-yard line.
Yeah, you probably just as well go for this. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know that there's a lot of sense in kicking it. You could pin Pottsville deep. Certainly, you'd be looking at a 58-yard field goal, so that's not going to happen. Charleston may do their version of a pooch punt here just from where Little is lined up. Nope, he's going to run the play. Back to pass, rolling left, being chased and incomplete at the 38-yard line. That pass was intended for Maddox Terry, but I got to tell you, the Apache defensive line, including Luke Rust, made the quarterback throw that ball a lot earlier than he wanted to.
Boy, he did. Boy, great pressure that time by Pottsville's defensive front.
That might have been Isaac Estes in pursuit that time. One of the Pottsville linemen really worked hard on that play. Now, I think that was Luke Rust. I believe that was Luke Rust on the play.
Was that 65?
Yep, I believe it was 65.
Yep.
So the Apaches, with their first defensive stand of the night, get the ball on downs, and they'll start at their own 43.
Well, first thing accomplished, we got to stop.
Yep. 28-0 Charleston with the lead. The Apaches' first possession of the third quarter. Johnson back to pass. Blitz coming. Pass is going to be intercepted, and this is going to the house. This time it's Emiliano Guano taking it to the end zone. Penalty flag comes in from, the official threw it from the 40 all the way down to the 19-yard line. That man's got an arm. Charleston with the pick and return of about 49 yards. Now we'll see what the penalty is. This may not put points on the scoreboard.
I think the interception will stand.
Yeah, I think it was an illegal block on the return, which I think they will call it from the 20-yard line. That official threw it all the way from the 40 down to the 20-yard line, and it stopped right where the play was. What a throw. Cardinals pitching staff could use him, at least in the starters. So the ball will be back at the 30-yard line. Charleston will have it 1st and 10. What is that, the 4th turnover tonight?
Yes.
Including a pick 6. From the 30-yard line, 1st and 10, Tigers. Charleston leads at 28-0. And ball is going to be knocked away right at the line of scrimmage. Was that Tyson Thacker that knocked that away?
I believe it was, number 15.
Or Penn Helton, number 12. Penn Helton, number 12, got a paw on that one and knocked it away. And it's a good thing because the Tigers had a receiver open at about the 25. 2nd down and 10 for Charleston. They're going in a hurry. This time they're going to run it. Handoff goes to Garrett Smithson straight up the middle. Steps inside the 30 and then is driven down at the 28-yard line for a pickup of about 2. 3rd down and 8. By the way, I was listening to some of the scores at halftime. Ozark and Boonville in a rivalry game, and Ozark leads that game 21-14 at the half.
Wow.
Pretty good ball game going on there in Hillbilly Country. Here, Charleston leads at 28-0. They have a 3rd down and 8 at the Apache 28. Little rolls to the right. Looking over the middle, has a man at the 18-yard line. Up the right sideline inside the 15 to the 10. Pass is going to be complete to Maddox Terry, and that's another Tiger 1st and 10. And this may be 1st and goal.
17-yard gain on the reception.
17-yard throw and catch. Now the ball's going to be at the 11, so the Tigers can pick up a 1st down without a touchdown. Carter Little, the quarterback, takes the quick snap, gives it to the running back Smithson up the right side, and he's into the end zone for the Tiger touchdown. That could not have worked out any worse for the Apaches.
No, Steve, it couldn't. And, we got the initial stop, but then we had the turnover. And when we get the ball on offense, and now it's about to be 35. If they get the point after touchdown, the PAT, it'll make it 35, and that will take us to the sportsmanship, if I'm not mistaken.
That's my understanding. This kicker from Charleston has been very good, by the way, Bryce Beeson. He's made point after attempts. It would have been good from 50. Pottsville is offside on the play.
Got a little jumpy there, Steve.
Yep. This time Charleston's going to decline it. They'd rather kick it. Pottsville is offside on the first point after. They went for 2 and got stoned. So now they're just going to go ahead and let the kicker, Beeson, boot it. High snap. The holder gets it down. And this boot would have been good from about 40. And I'm sorry to say we will be in sportsmanship timing rules with 8:34 to go in the third quarter. 35-0 Charleston leads it. We're back in 30 seconds.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Once the clock starts, it will keep running. for the remaining 8:34 in the third quarter, and then the final quarter, with some exceptions. They do stop the clock, I think, on certain plays. So here's the situation for the Apaches. To be perfectly honest, this game is probably over. What the Apaches need to do is they need to come out like the score is 0-0 and try to get something going, try to get something positive. It's a non-conference game. It will have nothing to do with your postseason possibilities.
Well, that's a good point, Steve. Well said.
Kick's coming to the near sideline, and it will roll into the end zone for a touchback. Beeson's kick into the end zone for a touchback. Pottsville will have it first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Well, Steve, I have a good friend over in Newport. I'm always getting the Greyhound scores, and this is at a halftime. The Newport Greyhounds leads the Batesville Pioneers 21-13 at halftime.
How many mosquitoes are at that game?
If they're playing at Batesville, there's probably a few less than there would be if they were playing in Newport.
I'm sorry, that wasn't very nice on my part.
No, hey, listen, we've been to that part of East Point and Said County.
Yep. All right, so the handoff is to the fullback across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Still finding his way out to the 30-yard line, and that's the kind of effort I was talking about that the Apaches need to push forward here. Pick up his 10, and it's a first and 10 for the Apaches. Tyson Thacker with the carry. That may be his first carry tonight, and it's good for 10 yards.
Getting some fresh legs in there.
Yep. Well, I mean, this is an opportunity for some of the players that may not get to hit the field a whole bunch. They can show the coaches something here. It's a 35-0 ball game in the third quarter. Johnson on the counter. That's Kagan Jones. Well, they have kept him corralled tonight. He crosses the 31 to the 32-yard line. Picks up 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You know, Kagan had a really big week last week against Heber. And but tonight, man, this defense, they've just shut us down.
Well, and if you were going to self-scout, if you were scouting the Apaches game film from last week, who would you stop?
Number 4.
Right. And, Coach May and his staff know that, so that's kind of how they geared their defensive plan. 2nd down and 7. Double wing formation. They're going to give it on the reverse from the wing. Jones makes a man miss at the 35. Fights his way across the 38 to the 39-yard line. He'll be close to first down yardage.
Yeah. But, hey, you got to give their coach some credit. He did direct us to some barbecue tonight along with my good friend Tim Beeson.
Ryan Turner making the stop for Charleston. 3rd down and a yard from the 39-yard line. The Apaches have to get it just across the 40 for a first and 10. 6:35 to go in the third. Charleston with a 35-0 lead out of the dead T formation. Second time we've seen this tonight. Johnson will give it to the first man through, and he is stoned at the line of scrimmage. Left side halfback got the handoff, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage. He got forward to the 40-yard line, though. Forward progress will give the Apaches for a Pottsville first down. I think that might have been a generous spot.
It might have been. But, hey, Justin's right. We'll take it.
You'll take anything that can go your way now, because what you're working on now is getting ready for the home game next week against the Clarksville Panthers. They'll be in town. Again, out of the dead T set, Johnson up under center. They motion a man right to left. Mahan across the formation. Toss sweep to Jones. Jones is met right at the 40-yard line. Smoltz with the first hit, and then 3 more Tigers got there to hold that play to a gain of a yard. Kagan Jones picks up a yard.
For the Apaches.
5:22 to go in the third. That Ozark-Boonville game, that was a 21-14 game at the half. The Boonville Bearcats had tied that game at 14 as time expired at half, except the officials put another second back on the clock. And Ozark got a 78-yard touchdown.
Oh, wow. How crazy is that?
That's nuts, isn't it? Second down and 8 for the Apaches. Johnson play fake, has a man on the tight end skinny post at the 25, the 20, the 15, to the 10, to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Pottsville.
I got a replay on that, Steve.
That is great.
That'll be fun to watch. Took it into the end zone for a Pottsville Apache touchdown. Low snap. The Apaches get it down. The kick is on the way, and it is good. Nice job by the holder, Pace Bartlett. On a low snap, he got it down. The kick is good. 4:14 left to go in the third. It is a 35-7 Charleston lead. We're back in 30 seconds with more Pottsville.
University has ways to go to college beyond free and help cover the cost of your education. While other universities may claim a debt-free option via a special scholarship, ATU doesn't need a special scholarship to cover tuition and mandatory fees because we're already one of the most affordable universities in the state. Instead, ATU offers 5 pathways for graduating high school seniors to cover the cost of attending classes. And one of these 5 pathways could pay for you. Apply today at atu.edu/beyondfree.
Skinny post out of the dead T formation. Boy, it's been a while since we've seen that. Going to the house for the touchdown for the Apaches. 4:14 remain in quarter number 3. And this is the reaction that you wanted to see from the Apaches. Let's build some momentum.
It's a shame we couldn't have got that on that first drive.
Well, and again, you never know. Weird things happen, but Pottsville is playing much better to begin this half. Kick right down the middle is going to bounce and be fielded at the 24-yard line. Return to the 30, the 34, the 35-yard line, and then tackled at the 35-yard line. Kai Mahan making the stop on the special teams played. Gaona with the return, Emiliano Gaona.
Yeah, Steve, I like calling some of these guys. There was a play earlier on that first kickoff. Number 10 for the Apaches, Trig Kaufman. Coach Kaufman's son is the one who made the tackle on that play, and I failed to call his number, but Trig, shout out to you, buddy.
Good play. It was a good play. So Charleston will be in no hurry to snap the ball. The clock is running. Play clock at 16. And honestly, this is probably pretty good sportsmanship by the Tigers. They lead the game 35-7. We'll be under 3:20 to go in quarter number 3 as Little gives it straight ahead. And the running back, Smithson, is met right at the exchange, and he gets driven back for a yard. I believe it was Caleb Stansel making the stop. Well, you know, Jim, you get a quick stop here, and who knows?
Hey, get a turnover, get a quick stop. Go grab a cheeseburger.
Oh, we didn't get any cheeseburgers at halftime, did we?
You know, it's like last night with the weather delay. Did you see what the Dallas Cowboys were doing?
Well,
they were out looking for food. I mean, they had 30 minutes, and they were showing people going up to some of the Philadelphia fans and getting some food.
Hey, go buy me a burger.
Yeah. I thought, man, there are people there from my own heart.
Second and 11, screen pass coming, and a good play by the Apaches, Kai Mahan. He saw that coming and blew it up immediately. Gaona Mateo with the reception there, but the Apaches drive that for a loss of 4, maybe 5 yards on the play.
You know, if Kai Mahan would have had just another step there, that might have been a big 6, Steve.
Yeah, he was closing on that in a big hurry, wasn't he?
He was. Good job at number 2.
35-7, Pottsville trails this game. We'll be under 2 minutes to go in the third by the time this ball is snapped on 3rd and 13. Single back in the backfield. Carter Little, the quarterback, takes the snap, rolls the pocket to the right. Looking down the field, has a man deep if he wants him. Pass is going to be complete. You can see that one coming. Going to be complete to Schaefer across the 40 to the 35. driven out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, actually that was a turf monster that tackled Schaefer that time. I don't think we had anybody hit him. He just stumbled over his own feet. He might have had a touchdown, Steve, if he could have kept his footing.
Yeah, Zane Schaefer came across the middle on the drag route from the left side of the formation, and nobody picked him up for the Apaches. And it's a big pickup on 3rd and long for the Tigers. That's the second or third time they've picked up long yardage situations. They scored a touchdown on a 4th and 17 in the first half. From the 33, Little, the quarterback, takes the snap. They're going to run the ball from right to left. Pottsville in pursuit, and a good play by the Apaches. Penn Helton making a stop. It's Garrett Smithson, the ball carrier, and he's going to lose about 2 on the play.
Loss of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 12.
Excuse me, Eric Chastain, the ball carrier. Chastain is now in the backfield for the Tigers. They get a chance to let some young men play who may or may not normally hit the field very often.
Yeah. Well, experience like this, even for us, this is one game. It's not a conference game. Like as you said, we're taking our lumps tonight. But you get experience, Steve, and you get to the playoffs. Every ball player makes a difference.
Little back to pass. His pass is complete on the near side to Mateo Gaona, and he is hit immediately and driven down. I believe it was Kai Mahan who made the stop. May have been Kagan Jones. Pickup of about a yard, and that's going to do it for quarter number 3. Well, the Apaches outscored Charleston 7-0 in that quarter. 35-7 at the end of 3. Charleston leads it. We're back in 1 minute with more Apache football.
Since inception, Premier Facilities Group has completed some of the most challenging and rewarding construction projects across Arkansas. Today, our work extends across 4 core markets: commercial and residential building, industrial, and utility. That allows our company to construct projects that help shape and improve the landscape of the River Valley and beyond. A strong local presence and a vast network of resources allows us to provide best-in-class solutions for all of our clients. From small jobs to multi-million-dollar capital projects, PFG's employees and resources are dedicated to serving our clients and delivering strong results.
Beginning quarter number 4, 35-7. The lead belongs to Charleston, and even though the 35-point lead has gone away, the sportsmanship timing rules continue to be in effect. Pottsville played a pretty good third quarter. They actually outscored the Tigers 7-0 on a skinny post for a long touchdown. Tiger football, 3rd down and 12. They're on the plus 34-yard line. Carter Little, the quarterback. They're going to give it on a counter, and a good play by the Apaches. Oh, I thought running back gets away, gets across the 30 to the 29. That's Chastain, the ball carrier. He's going to pick up about 3 yards out of nothing, and it's going to be 4th down and 7. This might be an interesting time if you're the Tigers, maybe to see what kind of leg this field goal kicker has. He has looked good on extra points, no doubt about that. See, from the 27-yard line, be a 44-yarder from here. You don't think so?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to give him a chance.
No, doesn't appear so. Carter Little will be the quarterback. Eric Chastain, the back in the backfield. It's 4th and 6 from the 27. Pottsville shows blitz. They are bringing a blitz up the middle. Charleston picks it up. Pass is going to be caught at the 15. No, it's not caught at the 15-yard line. Pass will fall incomplete. Pottsville will get the ball over on downs. One other thing I can see happening here in the second half, a lot of the completions that the Tigers had in the first half were through very good coverage. I mean, who knew the Tigers were going to start DeAndre Hopkins as the wideout,
right.
You know?
Oh, no kidding.
Well, in the second half, Pottsville is still covering it very well, only now those circus catches aren't being made.
Yep.
So 10:33 left to go. Boy, Ozark and Boonville with a barn burner. 28-21 Ozark. That game's in the fourth quarter. From the 27-yard line, Apaches 1st and 10, trips left. Charleston shows blitz from the left side. Johnson steps up inside it. Pass intended at the 45-yard line for Kagan Jones. Falls incomplete. Good coverage in the secondary by Mateo Gaona. Yeah, that's where the clock keeps running on the sportsmanship rule. 10 minutes left in the ball game, and this will pass in about 10 minutes real time. Well, the Apaches will be back home to take on the Clarksville Panthers. I don't really have, to be honest, any scouting report on Clarksville. I'd be hard-pressed to imagine they throw the ball any better than these Tigers do, though. Second down and 10. Johnson in the gun, gives it to the fullback. It's across the 27 to the 28-yard line and then no further as the tackle is made on the inside after short, if any, gain up the middle.
Well, do you think Chuck Barrett on his way to Oxford next weekend, you think he might stop by and just do some broadcasts with us?
Well, he might. He's done it before.
Yeah.
I would imagine Chuck has his hands full going to Little Rock for tomorrow.
Tomorrow's going to be a tough day.
In fact, he's probably already down there at the nicest hotel in town relaxing. Maybe he's listening.
I'm sure he is, Steve.
I'm sure he is. Out of the gun, back to pass. Court Johnson looking over the middle, overthrows everyone, and it's picked off by Mateo Gaona, his second interception. His return up the near sideline to the 10, to the 5. Did he get the pylon? The official trailing play says he did not. To be honest, the official that made the call was nowhere near the play. They're going to call him out of bounds out about the 2-yard line. Somebody kicked over the pylon. Might have been an Apache defender. That would have been Mateo Gaona's second pick six. Well, if you had that on your bingo card,
well, no.
you need to go buy a lottery ticket. 8 minutes left to go in the ball game. 35-7. Charleston with the lead. What we're talking about there with Chuck Barrett is you and I were asked by Clarksville's radio station if they could use our broadcast as well.
Right.
When we were up there one night. It just so happened to be Chuck Barrett's class reunion that weekend. Hogs were not playing, so he came into town, and he was up in the press box, and we were doing the broadcast for both teams, and it was very exciting because the Panthers used their regular stadium announcer for the first couple of plays, and then Chuck Barrett steps in, give his quarterback in the backfield. That's Bryson Wibbing who lined up, and he'll go into the end zone for the touchdown. And on a play after Pottsville made the stop, Chuck Barrett took the PA microphone and called the play and called the Clarksville ball carrier and the Apache defender, and everybody in the stands looked up.
Oh, they did. Everybody's like, that's Chuck. That's the voice of the Razorbacks.
In fact, if I remember right, we knew what was coming. They'd given us a heads up, and I think we were quiet while he made that call.
Yeah, well, and I think it was really good, too, that my phone was lighting up. People in the stands were like, is that Chuck Barrett? Yeah, that's Chuck Barrett.
Chuck is a native from Clarksville, Panther graduate. Point after attempt is good. It's going to be 42-7 by Clarksville, or by Charleston with 7:16 left to go in the ball game. I had an Apache parent 4 or 5 years later who saw me at school and said, hey, we appreciate you letting Chuck Barrett do those calls. She said that's been the highlight of my son's football career, was getting to hear the voice of the Razorbacks calling his name.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was
and he was. If you ever get a chance to meet Chuck Barrett, man, I'm going to tell you, he really is very cordial, very kind. Spent time in our booth with us.
Yes, he did,
and let us get a couple of pictures.
And he was in no hurry to leave.
Yeah. Oh no.
It was. Chuck was very generous with his time, and
well, he still remembered you when you were broadcasting for Tech, and he was talking about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was humbling on my part. That really was. I think I had noticed some of the terminology and the way he calls a game very similar to what I had done, but I got it from D. Doyle.
Yeah.
And Chuck brought up the fact that a lot of what he did also came from D. Doyle. So, that was a special night. It's interesting, some of the big-time play-by-play people, just how humble and generous they are with their time as the Tigers kicked the ball out of bounds for just their first penalty of the night, I think. No, they had one earlier. They had a couple of penalties earlier.
We had Chuck on the live stream that night too.
Did we?
He came and he interviewed with us, and you're right. He's such a nice man. Oh, so kind to us.
I had a couple of times in my career when I was working for a radio station in Russellville, and the owner's son was the kicker for the Razorbacks, went to the Southwest Conference kickoff banquet and rubbed elbows more than once with Paul Eels. And every story you've heard about what a nice guy Paul Eels was is true.
Yes, absolutely.
He really was super, super nice. From the 35-yard line, if you're wondering why I'm talking about that, Charleston leads this game 42-7. Sportsmanship rules going on. Pottsville with the tee, kind of a mix-up on the handoff, are going to get positive yards on the play across the 35 to the 37. Ball carrier was Kagan Jones to pick up a couple of yards.
Caden Ballard. Number 35.
The play-by-play man I always wanted to meet, and I regret not trying harder, is I would have liked to have met the longtime voice of the Cardinals, Jack Buck.
Oh, man.
Every story I've ever heard from anyone who has claimed that Jack Buck was the same way, that he was extremely generous with his time with the fans. Pottsville has it, 2nd and 8. Pass over the left side falls incomplete. Kai Mahan got a paw on it but couldn't quite bring it in between double coverage. That ball had some smoke on it. Clock will continue to run because of the sportsmanship rule here as Charleston leads this game 42-7. Jack Buck did do a promo for me once. The radio station in Russellville that I worked for was a CBS network affiliate, and KMOX at the time was owned by CBS. And you could request, if you were a network affiliate, to get people to cut promos for you, and they'd feed them down the line and you could record them. And Jack Buck did one for Stephen Glenn, the voice of the Cyclones. I've still got that somewhere.
That's pretty cool, Steve.
Johnson back to pass, has a man, but overthrows him at the 49-yard line. Kai Mahan had room there, but the ball was just out of his reach, incomplete.
Yeah, for those that are on Facebook, I just posted a picture of Chuck Barrett and Steve and myself. Will Vodroska was in the booth with us that night, too, and I think Will had a separate picture. But, but that was really a neat night. You know, last week I posted something about Friday Night Football's back, and I posted a picture of Justin and myself there at John Needham Stadium. And Randy Rainwater reached out to me, and, you know, he thought that was a good thing. Friday Night Football's back.
That's somebody else who's extremely nice and generous with his time is Randy Rainwater. Host of Drive Time Sports and also a very good Friday night scoreboard show. Court Johnson scrambling, loses the handle on the ball, manages to fall on it before Casey Revis falls on him. And it'll go over on downs.
Well, Steve, the night has not gone the way that we were anticipating. The meal was good. It went better than anticipated on the way up. But
and I do want to say my thanks to Charleston head coach Ricky May. He was the one who recommended that place to me, even though he didn't know he was recommending it to me at the time. Coach Russ texted him when we were in after the coaches show this morning, and I had said I didn't know where to eat in Charleston. So Coach Russ says, hey, Kay, I got this. And Coach May texted him right back and said, hey, you got to try this barbecue place.
Yeah. And like I said, the Beeson that's the kicker, I believe he's related to Tim Beeson, who lives in Pottsville. But Tim was the one the day before told me about the barbecue place. So if you're ever up here, check it out, right across from Hug Chevrolet.
Give us to the first man through across the 25 to the 24-yard line. The Tigers have a new quarterback in the game, number 7, Lucas Burleson. He's running the spread formation. Yep. I don't know that Charleston is going to try to score on this possession, even though they got the ball deep in Pottsville territory.
Well, we got some different guys on defense for the Apaches too. Trey Hoffman, who I mentioned, number 10, he's back in a safety position. Number 21, that's Gavin Scott, also back there.
Cameron Moats, number 16,
Yep.
in the ball game. Well, Moats is a name we know in Apache football. Handoff again is right up the middle, and a big hit on the inside by Caden Melton. Melton just stood up a blocker and ran headlong into the ball carrier. Or is that Malachi Brownlee on the stop? I believe that was Malachi. I think I had the wrong number. I think it was Malachi Brownlee on the stop. 2 minutes left to go in the ball game. Charleston is in no hurry to snap this one. We've been in the sportsmanship timing since now the first possession of the second half, or after a pick six.
Have we got the Dardanelle score yet for tonight?
No, I haven't. 10 seconds on the play clock, a minute 55 on the game clock. 42-7, the lead belongs to Charleston. Burleson rolls left, pass tipped away. Good play in the secondary by the Apaches. I believe that was Remington Rudder who knocked that ball away. I believe Remington got his hand up and said, "Not on my shift, you don't."
Yeah, that was Trey Kaufman back deep in coverage.
And normally you would see the clock stop on the incompletion, but with the score the way it is, the clock continues to run, and we're down to a minute 20 remaining in the ball game. A minute to go in the ball game. 4th down and 5. Burleson out of the gun. They're going to toss it. Running to the left side is Shifter. Jane Schaefer, gets to the 20-yard line. He's going to be driven out of bounds at the 20, short of first down yardage, and Pottsville may not snap the ball again. There's 48 seconds to go in the game. Now the officials stop the clock. I guess you do stop it on turnovers, don't you?
Yeah.
But I think they'll wind it just as soon as they spot the ball ready for play. Cameron Moats comes in on offense for the Apaches. Pace Bartlett also into the ball game. Isaac Estes will get some time on the line. Aiden Gaines, number 66, is on the field. Braden Gaines, big number 70, out there. Caden Melton enters the contest. They have restarted the clock. The play clock has not wound. We're going to be down to 30 seconds. Pottsville's going to snap the ball one more time. Handoff straight ahead from Pace Bartlett across the 25. And that will do it. Pottsville could snap the ball again, but I don't think they will. We're down to 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the last play, Steve.
So Charleston will win their season opener by a final score of 42-7. Pottsville falls to 1-1 tonight. We'll come back and wrap this up from Tiger Country. Again, the Tigers win at 42-7. We're back after this 2-minute timeout on Apache football.
The Arkansas Sports Network Basketball Classic tips off January 3rd in Clinton. Some of the state's best teams. One unforgettable day of hoops. Don't wait. Secure your seats now before they're gone. Get your tickets for the ASN Basketball Classic at facebook.com/ARSportsNetHS and ARSportsNet. Or you can click the QR code at the bottom of the screen. Supporting the Pottsville Apaches all season long, Smooth Running, Heating and Air, E&F Roofing, Fleet Tire, Point S Tire and Auto Service, The Granite Shop, Tyler Riley of River Valley Realty, Van Horn Welding, and Tyson Foods, Metcalf Trucking, and Premier Facilities Group. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying tonight's broadcast.
Just like the Apaches, I am here to help you score big, regardless Regardless, if you are buying or selling, I'll guide you every step of the way. You can call me at 479-970-5079 and we'll connect the dots on getting you where you are trying to go. Speaking of going, let's go Apaches!
Since inception, Premier Facilities Group has completed some of the most challenging and rewarding construction projects across Arkansas. Today, our work extends across 4 core markets: commercial and residential building, industrial, and utility. That allows our company to construct projects that help shape and improve the landscape of the River Valley and beyond. A strong local presence and a vast network of resources allows us to provide best-in-class solutions for all of our clients. From small jobs to multi-million-dollar capital projects, PFG's employees and resources are dedicated to serving our clients and delivering strong results.
Cool and the gang and the Tiger Faithful celebrating a victory tonight in Tiger Country. Charleston 42, the Apache 7 your final score. A tough start in the game for the Apaches. They had a good kick return deep into Charleston territory, called back on a penalty, and then a pick six 40-yard return for Charleston by Mateo Gaona gave the lead to Charleston 6-0, and they never looked back.
Steve, they didn't. It's all Tigers tonight, and Pottsville, we took our lumps, but, you learn from them, you get better, and you go on to the next game, and that will be against the Clarksville Panthers coming to our turf at John Needham Stadium next Friday night at 7 p.m. So we're looking forward. Hopefully we'll have a good crowd, Steve, and hopefully we'll bounce back from this loss tonight.
I want to take a moment to say thank you to Coach Ricky May and everyone in Charleston for all the assistance they gave us tonight. We do appreciate it. Justin Smith was your producer and engineer of the broadcast. We appreciate his work. Brother Jim, good to be back with you again.
Hey, Steve, it's good to have you back tonight. Glad you're feeling better, and always a pleasure to work with you and Justin and crew.
It's not the same without Steve.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Final score, Charleston 42, Pottsville 7. I'm Stephen Glenn. Thanks for your time this time. Till next time. So long, everybody.
Look, everybody's talking about D3 Auto Sales, and I say to myself, there must be something special about this dealership, and it's their prices. You can get one of these vehicles right up here for not a lot of money, right? That's D3 Auto Sales in Desert, d3autosales.com.
Arkansas Tech University has pathways to go to college beyond free and help cover the cost of your education. While other universities may claim a debt-free option via a special scholarship, ATU doesn't need a special scholarship to cover tuition and mandatory fees because we're already one of the most affordable universities in the state. Instead, ATU offers 5 pathways for graduating high school seniors to cover the cost of attending classes. And one of these 5 pathways could pay for you. Apply today at atu.edu/beyondfree.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.